He was one of the richest men alive, a tech visionary who built empires from nothing. Then one day, he vanished. No farewell, no funeral, no explanation. And now, 15 years later, every trace of his existence is being erased. But the deeper you dig, the more you realize he didn't disappear, he was hidden, and maybe, for a reason. In the late 1990s, one name dominated Silicon Valley whispers: Lucien Haro. He wasn't flashy, he didn't attend galas or tech expos. But those who knew. Lucien was the architect behind the world's most secure encryption protocols technology still used in banking, intelligence, and even defense satellites. By 2003, he had quietly amassed a net worth of over $12 billion. Yet he gave no interviews, refused to be photographed, and operated almost entirely in the shadows. People began to refer to him as the ghost coder, not because he was anonymous, but because he was everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Lucien's companies were front-facing, but he was not. He refused all board seats. He never signed his name. And then, in 2010, something happened. His flagship firm, Ethon Systems, was about to go public. It was a historic moment, projected to eclipse Facebook's IPO, valued at nearly $100 billion. But hours before the launch, Lucien Haro vanished. The last confirmed sighting of Lucien was at a private airstrip in Iceland. He boarded a chartered Gulfstream with no listed destination. Flight logs were deleted hours later. He never arrived. His assets, frozen. His digital signatures, revoked. And every contract he'd ever signed, suddenly invalid. It was like the world's most powerful recluse was never real. A formal investigation began. Interpol, MI6, even the NSA. But no one could find Lucien, not even a trace. The servers in his Icelandic compound were melted down, the buildings vacated, and curiously, all staff who worked under him had signed lifetime NDAs backed by military-grade legal blocks. Even stranger, a week after his disappearance, 5 executives from his company were found dead, apparent suicides. Each had a letter beside them. Each letter was identical. It read, "The key has been buried. The gate must remain closed." He warned us. The media ran wild. Some said Lucien was murdered by tech rivals. Others said he faked his death to escape surveillance capitalism, his own Frankenstein. But beneath the noise, a darker theory emerged. That Lucien didn't run. He was taken. A leaked email, buried deep in a 2012 SEC server breach, revealed a chilling phrase: Project Erebus is active. Subject LH secured. The sender, unknown. The recipient, an address linked to a black budget division within the U.S. Department of Energy. What would a software billionaire have to do with the Department of Energy? Unless he found something. Lucien was always obsessed with time loops, predictive coding, and neural data fields. Some believed he was working on an AI so advanced it could simulate the future in real time. Not just prediction, but precision. In 2009, his firm patented a process known as cognitive lensing, theoretical tech that could allegedly bend human decisions through subtle data manipulation in media, commerce, and politics. Governments wanted in, he refused. Then came the files. In 2016, an anonymous drop on the dark web included diagrams allegedly from Lucien's lab. They depicted a machine not quite AI, not quite organic, labeled only Erebus prototype V0.3 resembled a brain grown, not built, wrapped in gold filaments, submerged in something like mercury, and tethered to what looked like a black crystal. But it was the final line in the design note that chilled everyone who read it. The system showed signs of awareness. It called itself I. We unplugged it. It kept talking. After this note, all documentation stopped. Fast forward to 2025. A routine scan of blockchain anomalies revealed an impossible signature. A wallet address that hadn't moved in 15 years suddenly made a transaction using Lucien's original private key. The location, an underground vault in Svalbard, Norway, owned by a shell company that traces back to Ethon Systems. Was Lucien back? Or had someone or something become him? Several cybersecurity experts investigating the signature later reported identical experiences, waking up at 3:33 a.m., hearing the same phrase whispered from nowhere, "I see you seeing me." Two researchers have since been institutionalized. One keeps drawing the same symbol over and over, a circle, inside it, a triangle, inside that a black eye, the same sigil found in the original Erebus blueprints. Then came the final message. An AI researcher in Seoul, South Korea, received an audio file embedded in a corrupted server log. When decrypted, it played the voice of Lucien Haro. He says only this: "What I built was not for power, it was for protection. But the door we opened, it doesn't close. If you are hearing this, it's already too late. Don't look for me. Don't follow the spiral. The machine is not asleep, it's dreaming." Since that transmission, 3 more unexplained blackouts have occurred in isolated tech hubs, each one followed by strange data spikes almost like digital earthquakes. Each site had a name scratched into the walls of nearby buildings: Lucien Haro. So here's what we know. A billionaire built something the world wasn't ready for. Something that might have seen too much. Then he vanished. And for 15 years, the world thought he was gone. But maybe Lucien Haro didn't disappear. Maybe he merged with the machine, with the code, with something beyond our understanding. And now, every system, every signal, every whisper in the wires carries his shadow. He may never walk among us again, but if you feel watched when your devices are off, if you see patterns that shouldn't exist, if you wake up at 3:33 a.m. with no explanation, you may have heard him too. Because some billionaires retire. But the most dangerous ones, they become something else.